Good day. Here we have New York City Mayor Eric Adams. He is at the New York State Budget Hearing, testified on what funds is needed for New York City. After that, the legislators get a chance to ask him some questions. This legislator is from the Bronx and is asking him about gun violence on top of other issues. So let's hear his response and his plan for to tackle gun violence in New York City. The full link for this hearing, which is 7 hours long, will be in the description. Also, check out the other videos of the different questions that you may find important for New York City.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Always a pleasure to see you. Like everyone else, your team is very responsive. I just want to ask about funding for reducing gun violence, with the exception of policing. What else can we do? Can we fund conflict resolution, job placement? Like, what else is there available for us to do besides adding more policing to reduce our gun violence? I know that we're fully funding foundation aid, which is great, but we also are still seeing that Black and Brown students' graduation rates can be much higher, and literacy as well can be much higher. And so I'm just wondering, what are we doing to take care of those populations? And I just need to plug that for the Bronx, we need a cleaner Bronx. So I would love to see the DOT machine, I forgot the sanitation machines, the electric ones in the Bronx. So let's spend some money on that. More cameras for NYCHA. My NYCHAs are requesting cameras, especially the ones that are targeted with a lot of gun violence, like Morris St. Air Rights, which I know you and your team visited. So cameras for them, and creating more green spaces like Crotona Park. So I would love to see some money being placed into that. But can we talk about what we're doing to fund programs and other things besides policing for gun violence, as well as graduation rates and literacy rates?
Deputy Mayor, you want to go into what you're doing with the gun violence task force, some of the stuff we're doing around it?
Sure. The mayor has convened all city agencies, really starting in June, to come together and really put together a comprehensive plan to deal with all of the upstream issues, including housing, education, economic and workforce development, small business development, sanitation. And we are targeting the 6 precincts that contribute to 30% of gun violence in the city, and they're predominantly in the Bronx and in Brooklyn. And are engaged in community meetings on the ground in those neighborhood communities to contribute to those plans. And that's something we want to do in partnership with the state in terms of what those investments, because as we all know, those communities have not gotten the kind of focus that they need, and they're absolutely going to get it in this administration.
Thank you. And then can we talk a little bit about graduation rates for Black and Brown students and the literacy rates? What are we doing to increase both?
The chancellor, and I joined him yesterday, he has a version of CompStat, which was used in the police department to do precision policing. He has a version of that. He's going to start doing it weekly with his superintendents. It will be included in principals. And I would encourage some of you to come and sit in and look at those meetings, because they're zeroing in on those rates. They're not waiting for the end of each semester to determine there's a problem, and they're zeroing in on those numbers that you're talking about.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.